Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about things that I wish I knew before I got pregnant, or things I wish people told me about pregnancy, or things I just didn't know was going to happen whilst being pregnant before I got pregnant. So I have 10 things that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and let's get started. So all of these things are things I didn't mention in my other video that I did. I will leave that linked up in the cards somewhere. I think it's here, potentially. These are 10 completely new, completely different things that no one told me about pregnancy that I only figured out recently, and these things are more so things that are happening in my third trimester, whereas the video that I filmed before kind of happened in my first and second trimester. So the first symptom, so what you'll hear is you'll hear people talking about the symptom of needing to pee all the time, and while that is true and you do feel the need to pee all the time, what people forget to mention, or maybe this just only happens to me or a certain amount of people, is you feel like you need to pee but you actually don't need to pee. Let me explain. So I will be bursting for the toilet, like bursting for the toilet. I can feel it, like my bladder's sore, like I'm getting cramps from needing to pee. I'll go to the bathroom, I'll sit down, nothing will come out. Like nothing at all. I don't know what it is. I think it's obviously where baby is sitting on your bladder, but it's the fact that there's nothing in your bladder to actually come out. It is the most frustrating thing ever. It only happens when I'm walking somewhere. So if I'm walking for like a long period of time, I will feel the urge to pee, and I'll actually, like, sometimes I'm like, no, genuinely, like, right, this is the time where I actually do need to pee. I'll get to a bathroom, nothing will come out, or like this much will come out. It is so frustrating because I always feel like I'm going to wet myself. That is the first thing that I wish someone told me about pregnancy, was that you will feel the need to wee all the time, but you actually don't need to go to the bathroom. This one I'm experiencing so much more often since like hitting my third trimester, and it is not being able to breathe. I am not kidding you. Like, I'm not talking about going up the stairs. I'm not talking about like me, you know, walking for a day. I'm literally talking about I'll be sitting on my bed, sitting still on my bed for the past hour, and suddenly I'm out of breath as if I ran a marathon. I can't even explain how annoying it is. My heart will literally be racing a million miles an hour. I'll be so out of breath, like I'd be gasping for air, and I won't have moved. I won't have moved. I had a scan this morning. Mum drove me and we were sitting in the car, and I was sitting there and I was like, I'm so out of breath. I literally could not breathe. Like, my chest was so heavy, my heart was racing a million miles. I don't know why. I don't know why, and it apparently is very common. I spoke to my GP this morning, well, my gynecologist, and she was like, yeah, she was like, just parts and parcels of it. You can't actually escape that, which is really, really annoying. So this one is, everyone gets it, but I didn't realise how bad it will get, and that is acid reflux. Acid reflux and heartburn. I wasn't experiencing it at all in my first and second trimester, and then in my third trimester I have been experiencing acid reflux and heartburn so badly, and the only thing that has gotten rid of it and helped it is peppermint oil. 2 drops of it on your tongue before you go to bed. No heartburn. Everyone was saying, oh, just don't eat like a couple of hours before bed. Tried that, it didn't work. Other people were saying, oh, it's when you eat these type of foods or drink this type of drink. Nope, cut them out. That didn't work. The only thing that fixes it is taking peppermint oil. It is so painful, especially for someone like myself who has never experienced heartburn. Like, I've never had an issue with heartburn, never had to take a Rennie, never had to like take anything for that type of thing. I didn't even know what heartburn felt like. And let me tell you, now I do. And I understand why they complain about it being so sore, because it is so painful, like so painful. The pain of it, and then if you do end up like refluxing it back up, there is literally nothing worse. So this one is something that I was kind of feeling insecure about, and I knew about it before pregnancy. See, I'm out of breath. I haven't done anything. So the next one is something that I was feeling insecure about for a little bit of time, and now I've just kind of come to accept it, and that is that your baby bump will be completely different to everyone else's, and that is okay. Well, I know Molly May spoke about this recently in one of her vlogs, that she was saying her bump is not like a normal round bump. She has like a dip in the middle. I think it's called a B bump, and she was saying how she was getting down about it. I have a round bump. He's a very cute bump. However, he's very small for how far along I am. I'm 34 weeks yesterday, and he is very small in terms of like my bump is very small, and I don't know why that is, because he's measuring the size that he should be. Like it's big, but it's small for where I should be. And I know some people also get like a bit insecure about their bump, whether they have stretch marks or not, whether their belly button has popped. My belly button hasn't popped. Like it's all these things, because you expect, like when you think of a baby bump and what you want your baby bump to be, and then when it doesn't happen to be the way you want it to be, it kind of is a little bit disheartening. But every baby bump is different, and with that you also need to remember your body is growing your baby. No matter what it looks like, it is still doing the job that it needs to do to protect your baby, to love your baby, to make sure that your baby is okay, to grow your baby, like everything like that. It's doing what it needs to do, and that's what's more important than what it looks like. So yeah. Okay, this one. So you know when people say, oh, get all the sleep now, because when the baby comes you're not going to be getting any sleep. Yeah, no, your sleep leaves at the 2nd trimester. 3rd trimester you do not sleep. My friends, Joseph, my mum is sick of me talking about the lack of sleep that I get. Honestly, your baby prepares you for their arrival of no sleep by giving you no sleep. So what I mean by that is I can't get comfortable. My bump, even though I know I just said it was tiny, it is in the way. I'll lie on my side and it's like squishing half my bum, so it's so uncomfortable, so I can't lie down properly. And I am a belly sleeper usually before I got pregnant, so not being able to sleep in my belly now is a problem. And the only place that you can sleep is on your side, because like I said, on your back you get completely breathless. You end up getting like pains in your stomach, and you also end up feeling nauseous. Like it's the weirdest feeling. I can only sleep on my sides because I can't sleep in my belly because of the bump, can't sleep in my back because of all those symptoms, so I have to sleep on my side. But on the side you just can't get comfy, and I'm constantly tossing and turning. And when you try and turn in your sleep when you are pregnant, it wakes you up, because you can't just turn over, like roll over like you normally do. Like it's actually a process to get to the other side of the bed. Trying to turn over, you literally have to like hold on and roll yourself over, because there's a massive bump in the way and you really shouldn't be doing those movements. But yeah, sleep does not exist because of that. You will not get sleep in your 3rd trimester, just forewarn you. When people say, oh, get all the sleep you can now before the baby comes, you will not be getting sleep before the baby comes. So number 6 is that it is false when people say Braxton Hicks aren't painful. This is what annoys me. I was always told Braxton Hicks, you know, it's just like tightening of the belly, you'll feel your stomach getting tighter, but it doesn't hurt. That's lies. I have been getting Braxton Hicks for maybe consistently 3-4 weeks at this point, and let me tell you, okay, if your Braxton Hicks are super painful, you need to go get them checked out. Like they shouldn't be feeling any stronger than like a light period cramp. But Braxton Hicks contractions are painful. It can be, and they might not be. Mine are. It feels like a period cramp, and it is the most frustrating thing ever. They can last from anywhere from like 10 seconds to like minute max. Like it shouldn't be going any longer than that. But yeah, Braxton Hicks, it is a lie, it is a myth, it is untrue when people say that they don't hurt, because they can. Okay, so for number 7, this one is really TMI, so if you're not into gross things, maybe skip this part. But your discharge is so much thicker while being pregnant. I'm not going to talk about, you know, my usual, but I will just say it is a lot thicker. It comes a lot more frequently, and it literally is like a jelly consistency. It is so gross, and I know, but I have to get this out here, just if anyone's freaking out thinking like what the fuck is going on, it's normal. I checked with my GP. It is normal if your discharge is a lot thicker and comes a lot more frequently. Just forewarning people out there. There you go. So this one I have been getting really frustrated by. When you eat, you will feel full after only just a couple of bites, but then 10 minutes later you will be starving again. I'll make a meal, I'll eat 3 or 4 bites, and I am full. Like I literally feel like I'm gonna get sick, I'm that full. But then, no joke, 10 minutes later I'm starving again. It is the most frustrating thing ever, and I don't know whether it's because your stomach has such a small small space now, because obviously everything's like squished up, and I don't know whether then like it can only process a little bit of food, and then because that food breaks down so quickly because there's not a lot of it there, you're hungry again. I don't know what it is, but just prepare to have like snacks on the go, or just be prepared to maybe like make smaller meals but eat more often, because it is the most frustrating thing in the world when you are sitting there and, you know, you've made your lovely Christmas dinner and you've literally eaten like 2 carrots, 1 slice of ham, 1 slice of turkey, maybe a spoonful of stuffing, and you're done. And then everyone clears the table and they're like, yeah, are you done? And you're like, yeah, I'm done. And then 10 minutes later you're like, can you actually bring that back to me? Can you bring that back? I'm not actually done. Okay, so the next thing is, this is something I experience quite often, and I'm actually experiencing today, is one day you will feel so extremely over emotional about your baby and about having your baby here, and this overwhelming sense of excitement, sense of becoming a family, and sense of like, you know, you and your partner like finally, you know, having this moment. And then the next day you won't want to think about your pregnancy, you won't want to look at your bump, you won't want to think about like anything, you don't want to pack your hospital bag, you don't want to watch any videos on pregnancy, you don't want to read any books about pregnancy, like you don't want anything to do with your pregnancy. And that is okay, especially if you have not planned for your baby. Don't expect to be as excited as you think you may be throughout the whole pregnancy. Like today is one of those days where I had my scan this morning, but I'm feeling really emotional about the whole situation. I'm feeling really emotional that, like, you know, it's no longer just me and Joseph, and it's okay to be like, oh, I wish myself and my partner had a little bit longer of just the 2 of us. Like, I do get those days where I'm like, I wish I could have Joseph to myself just that little bit longer. But then I will also have those days where I'm just like, I cannot wait to be a family and to have my baby and to love. Like, it's just one of those things that you kind of you'll go through, and it's okay to go through. But if you're experiencing lows 24/7, please go talk to someone about it, because that should not be the case. And it's better to get help now while you're still pregnant than wait till the baby comes, because obviously postpartum depression and all that is a very serious thing, and it is something that happens to a lot of women, and especially to a lot of women that have had unplanned pregnancies. Please look after your mental health. Recognize when it is going too far, that you're having these dissociation days, and look after yourself, look after your body. Just look after yourself. And then the last one, this one is more of just like a light-hearted one, because it's actually very funny. Everyone talks about food cravings, but no one talks about food aversions. So food aversions are exactly what they say. It's basically you do not want anything to do with that specific food. That's me currently. I cannot stand chips. Potato chips, cannot stand, as in literal like chipper chips. Cannot stand chips at the moment. Do not come near me. The thought of them makes me feel ill. And as well, just dinner in general. I don't like the thought of dinner meals. Not even dinner, like I'll eat dinner if it's breakfast, but dinner as in meals, I cannot stand the thought of them. Lasagna, spaghetti, like no, potatoes, chicken. I can do breakfast, I can do lunch. Do not come near me with dinner, unless it is a cheese pizza. I'm gonna be having cereal for dinner, because I cannot stand, like cannot stand dinner foods at the moment. So if you're like that, don't worry, it's normal. Food aversions are just as normal as food cravings. So guys, those were the 10 things that I wish I knew before I got pregnant, or 10 things that have happened to me since being pregnant. If you have any more to add to this list, because I don't have any more that I think I'll be adding before the end of my pregnancy, please leave yours down below so I can have a look through and see if I relate to any of them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.